Hi guys, this is me Avi and you guys are watching me on What the F is Extended Reality, which is a show we are hosting on Extended Reality Developers of India community. So, if you know me, I have promised you guys that I am going to give you an industry specialist who are going to have an interview with us. So, we have Kevin Williams. So, Kevin is here.
Good
Hi,
morning.
Kevin. Good morning.
Good to see you.
So we are starting this show, and you are not the first time, but you have in India already one more time. So can we know about that experience?
Yes, so I was lucky enough to be over in Mumbai at the beginning of the year, and we were invited by our friends at IAPI, the trade industry for the amusements and theme park industry out in India. And we had a very interesting conference, as well as an incredibly interesting exhibition. But let me first start this. We started without me saying thank you very much for allowing me to present today. It's very kind of you.
Awesome. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you. And let me tell you guys, Kevin is an industry specialist. Kevin has a specialty in immersive out-of-home experiences. So, Kevin, we are going to talk about what is immersive out-of-home interactive experiences.
Well, that is a big subject, isn't it? So for the way we treat it when we're dealing with our customers and when we're doing presentations is we try and break down the industry into a simple construct. And fundamentally, what we're talking about is everything that you do at home, in-home, the consumer, console games, PC games, all of those are treated as one part of an industry. And then the other part of the industry, the interactive entertainment, what you do at theme parks, entertainment, out of home facilities, what you do at bowling alleys, arcades, casinos, all of those facilities, we treat as the out of home entertainment sector. And that industry comprises quite a few of the major exhibition and facility operators such as Disney, who I used to work for, and Universal and Six Flags, but also it comprises many of the cinema industries, as well as the arcades, the Segas, the Konamis, the Tatos. And then fundamentally, we have what is the new aspect of this sector, which is retail entertainment, where we're trying to create entertainment experiences like theme parks, but in smaller locations such as shopping malls and retail facilities.
So, Kevin, talking about the cinema, what were your experience in cinema? What support you gave to the cinema industry?
So we have a number of shows here in the West that deal with the cinema industry. We recently had a chance to support CinemaCon, which is one of the largest of the cinema distribution exhibitions. So the cinema industry is split into three parts. They're the people who make the films and distribute the films. They're the people who operate the cinemas. And there's the companies that also supply the seats and the entertainment, the popcorn machines, the drinks machines, the projectors. And that industry now has been seeing some highs and they've been seeing some lows. In America, we've seen a 16% drop in attendance or ticket sales at the box office, and they're putting it down to many things. It's down to too many films, too many good films, too many bad films, people becoming passé to the experience. And so now we see the cinema industry looking at the entertainment industry as a means to offer something new. And we have some cinemas in America and Europe that are actually looking at adding arcade machines to the mix, virtual reality systems to the mix. And we also have some cinemas that are talking about adding esports. So you can go to a cinema and rather than going into a theater and watching a film, you'd go in and watch people playing the latest games such as Fortnite.
Nice to hear, Kevin. Such a great experience even in cinema industry. So, Kevin, we have this topic in our group that what the F means, what the fun is extended reality. And we would like to know that how the extended reality plays role in your job. What is the meaning of extended reality for you?
Well, we call that term what the flamingo is, XR. And fundamentally, uh, we're at that turning point where technologies can combine and merge. And one of the aspects that we need to be aware of is that we've had virtual reality now for quite a few years. Many people think that virtual reality is new, but I've been involved with virtual reality since the 1990s when it first became prevalent. Then we have augmented reality, which is an interesting mix of superimposing visuals, computerized visuals onto the real world. Then we have mixed reality, which is the next generation of that, where you take a little bit of the virtual reality immersive worlds, you take a little bit of the real world modeling and mapping with augmented reality, and you combine them together. And then we also have in our sector immersive technology such as projection mapping, such as deep scan, such as large format projection. And so we've married all of those together. And what many people like to use the phrase is we're crossing between all of the different realities. And that's fundamentally where cross reality comes in to play. And in our industry, we're trying to create experiences. This is fundamentally what we do in the out of home entertainment market. We're not about the technology per se. We are more about the enjoyment, the fun, the experience that is generated from our technologies. And so we want to use as many technologies as possible, as many applications as possible to immerse the audience, the visitor, the guest, to our facilities. And so now we've moved away from just augmented, we've moved away from just virtual reality, and now we comprise the whole thing together, cross reality, XR.
Awesome. So means it is going to create a lot of jobs. It is going to play a major role in the future. We can see a lot of information going through the extended reality. So very nice. And one part of such kind of information is called a virtual presence. So one use of extended reality is called virtual presence. So what is virtual present exactly is?
So from the perspective of our industry, virtual presence allows the individual to place themselves in a virtual experience separate to where they are. So I like to call it the virtual field trip. So one of the things about education is that individuals are taken to new locations, unusual locations, and allowed to experience them and to be immersed in them. And virtual presence, using the latest technology, allows individuals to go to locations and time periods that they would never be able to do naturally by just jumping on a jumbo jet or jumping in their car. And one of the things that we see with virtual presence is its use in entertainment, but also its use in edutainment. And what we mean by edutainment is educational products that have a game or a entertainment experience to them. And one of those is the ability to take a group of children and place them on the surface of the moon. And so virtual presence there, through the use of projection mapping, offers a level of engagement, a level of experience that they couldn't achieve unless they buy a ticket on a rocket ship.
Awesome. So apart from extended reality, you are a complete part of immersive entertainment. So it's a very big field. So what exactly is immersive entertainment and how broad the field is? Can we discuss that?
Yes, well, many people know the work that I do in my industry for virtual reality, and they sometimes perceive that I only work with virtual reality, where really fundamentally what I do is I work in the immersive entertainment sector. And as we touched upon in what I've been talking about previously, the level of engagement, the ability to immerse people within a virtual or synthetic environment is essential to what we're trying to do. We're trying to create fun experiences, memories for people to enjoy. And immersive entertainment is much more than virtual reality. It's much more than augmented reality, much more than mixed reality, much more than even cross reality. It is dealing with the senses. And immersion deals with all of our key senses: sight, smell, touch, taste even.
So
and presence.
I've seen a lot of robotics using in these machines. Like there's a lot of robotic chance as well. So there are a lot of mechanical machines, robotic machines. There is a smell feeling, and there's touch. So there are a lot of haptic feedback. So this complete is called immersive entertainment, right?
Yeah, oh, yes. Haptic feedback is incredibly important. It is surprising when you start to deal with the senses, you suddenly find out how important they are. So your memory can be activated very quickly, not just by seeing something, not just by hearing something, but by smelling something or even touching something can bring back
Yeah.
memories from childhood or from recent experience. And those are the kind of features that we have to use. But there's also other senses that aren't as obvious. The central perception or the inner ear, the ability to know if you're upright or at an angle is, fluids in your initial canals allow you to understand your perceptions. And the funny thing is, we're using technology now that actually manipulates the liquid in those in the canal to give you the perception of actual movement when you're not moving at all.
So it gives a fake sense of motion when you are wearing those headsets. That's
Exactly.
incredible. That's incredible. So recently, Apple has announced Apple Arcade, and similarly, Google also has announced Google Stadia. And in India, Reliance is going to announce its own gaming platform. So, such kind of gaming platforms, how are they going to change the industry? Since we used to play games only on our phones, or we have to buy a completely new PS4 or Xbox 360 or whatever. So how these Apple Arcade and all those gaming platforms are going to change the industry, which we already have done.
Well, you're making me feel old now. The ability to play games on your phone or on the console. When I first started in the entertainment industry back in the early 70s, the only way you could play a game was to go into an arcade and
Totally.
drop a coin into a big box and play Space Invaders or
The
Pong.
experience of that is still memorable. It's still memorable.
Uh, the nostalgic aspect of the early days of the arcade industry is partly the reason why our friends at Apple have named their new game service Apple Arcade. So to better understand where we are in the entertainment sector is streaming. With better connectivity comes a better means to deliver entertainment medium to a wide audience. And so really what we're seeing is moving from 4G to 5G. We have seen the entertainment and the social media industry looking towards the delivery of more content. We now have Netflix. We will have a plethora next year of different downloads and streaming services for film and television content. And it was obvious that at this point in time, we would see streaming of game content to mobile devices. And it's not just mobile devices. You look at the new system that Microsoft is developing, and they have the ability to stream high-level real-time game content to a multitude of devices, mobile phones, tablets, laptops, and televisions even, to be able to have interactive entertainment. And from Apple's point of view, they want to get their slice of this very big cake, and they're hoping that really in the next couple of years, that everybody will be streaming mid-sized games onto their mobile phones, the same way that we use Facebook and YouTube and Google to stream and to download content for our entertainment value.
My question now is slightly changing. So, how the people who are already running arcades and they invest millions of money, so how they gonna compete when the technology is going to go cheaper and it going to go in people's hand, and like virtual reality, extended reality headsets are becoming cheaper and they are available in homes, usual homes. So how arcades are going to plan this?
Well, we're in an industry that can't stand still, And anyone that hopes that they can just do one thing again and again and again are going to be very unhappy when it isn't popular. So we have a phrase in our sector which is unachievable at home. And what that means is if you can do it at home, they're going to do it at home. What we are in is the business of getting them to leave their comfortable house, their comfortable television, their comfortable mobile phone, and have them come to our entertainment facilities and enjoy the experiences that we offer there. And if you're not offering the latest, the most comprehensive entertainment, if you're not keeping up to date with the developments in the technology, then you are quite right. At some point in time, the home game system, be it Apple Arcade or Stadia from Google, will come along and eat your lunch. Really what we need to do now is work on technologies that bring the next level of engagement, the next level of entertainment. And that's fundamentally why I work in the immersive sector rather than in the virtual reality. Virtual reality is just one of the many tools, one of the many, what we like to say, arrows in our quiver.
Exactly.
So we have lots of arrows. We have virtual reality, we have mixed reality, we have all of the great stuff, but we always need another arrow. And so at the moment, we're looking at immersive technology using projection systems and head-mounted displays. In a couple of years' time, we'll be talking about direct laser light into the eyeball and even possibly a bit of the Matrix, jacking in to the virtual experience.
Learning a new skill, just download that. That's amazing. So talking about wearable headsets and all those HMD head-mounted displays. So what is your favorite HMD? Is there something what you are looking for? There is Magic Leap, there is HoloLens 2, HoloLens. So what is your favorite experience?
It's sort of like asking the question, what is your favorite flat screen television? You don't really care about the flat screen television as long as it's bright, it's big, and it's most important, it's running the program that you want to see, the latest Marvel experience, the latest Spider-Man experience. So some people get confused about looking at the technology rather than the content. And that's kind of like putting the ox before the cart. And we have a lot of issues here in our industry. The technology is very new. We're only talking about technology in the virtual reality and the augmented reality sector. There's only about 30 or 40 years of durational history. So I have lots of favorite experiences. But do I have a favorite head-mounted display? Do I have a favorite augmented reality display? I have systems that I've used that I like. If you look at the new HoloLens 2 from Microsoft, that is a fantastic piece of technology. If you look at the Pimax 5K system, that's a fantastic head-mounted display with a nice field of view and a very high level of persistence of graphics. If you look at even the next generation, the Valve Index, the brand new head-mounted display, that is another system that's fantastic. But I am not going to limit myself to only what is available now. I am always looking for the next system, the next opportunity. And that's really what we should all be doing. Do not get fixated on the technology. Look towards the experience.
Okay, so people are commenting that great job, hi, which means great going, brother. And there are a lot of people are engaging with us, commenting us, so everything is
Excellent.
going on. So a lot of followers are going to watch you and learn from you. And such a great answer of that hard questions for me. Even I can't answer that. This is why I'm inviting such great experienced experts on this group. So moving on to the next question. As I told you the reason of inviting you. So what is your suggestion to the people of India who wants to get into the technology, but they are not aware of it, who don't just know that it's not much about technology, it's much about content. So how the content creators are going to have fun with this technology? So my question is, what is your suggestion?
Well, it's always important if you want to break into a new industry, there's only one way to do that, and that is to meet other people that are already in that industry. And as we said at the beginning of this presentation, We were lucky enough to be invited by the Indian Theme Park Association to Mumbai to the IAPI conference. And I would recommend that if you want to know more about the immersive entertainment sector, if you want to know more about the aspects of what opportunities exist in this industry, is to attend one of the conferences or one of the major exhibitions and get to meet some of the companies that are actually developing the technology, actually speak to the people who are, as we say in the industry, working at the coal face. And one of the things I was struck when I was walking around IAPI early in the year was how many Indian developers, companies that were based in India that were developing virtual reality and augmented reality technology for my sector. And that's why it's important. What we do at KWP is we try and work with as many companies in this sector, try and educate them on the opportunities, and also try and find the latest text, the latest trends, the latest content that we can share with our readers through the Stinger Report, the newsletter that we run, but also through our clients who want to know where the developments are, where the trends are, where the opportunities are. So to answer the question, get to speak to people that are doing what you want to do, share ideas, and also the most important thing is communicate. So this is why an opportunity that you've given me here to speak to your audience is essential, especially for what I do. I can't just talk to the people I already know. I need to talk to everybody that's new into this market.
Exactly, that's what I think. And this is why we are creating a group where people can communicate and contact. It's very natural that you don't know about the technology. Every day new technology is going to come, but you have to get the knowledge of what is coming and how you can make use of it in your field of experience. You don't have to learn the technology, you just have to learn how to use it. And this is why we are starting this group. This group is not just for developers, this group is also for people who want to make use of technology or want to use technology in their work. So amazing answer, Kevin. It's really amazing to have you here and have such an amazing experience answer from you. And so we have came to the last segment of our show, and this is your surprise to Indian people. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, let's hope it's not a surprise on my part, but let me, I apologize for butchering the phrase, but Paki Api Paka Ho Merides. Yeah, well, it's a phrase that I know is very popular with your actor out there. It's interesting when you were schooling me, shall we say, on how to pronounce that, and I apologize if I did a bad job on that. It struck me that we have a phrase in English from a famous speaker and writer that talks about a similar kind of phrase, which is your journey. The journey you take is the one that shapes you the most. And I paraphrase that. And really, they mean the same thing, which is it is not where you come to at the end. It is actually the process of getting there, which is important to all of us. And the more at my age now, I've been in this industry for over 30 years, and I've noticed that it is not the process that I get to at the end, but it is more importantly the people that I meet, the opportunities that I get to speak to other individuals, and the new arisings, the new developments. And I know very much from the last trip to India that a lot of the origination that we will see, a lot of the driving and the experiences that will be coming in the next couple of years won't be just coming from UK companies, won't be coming from European companies, won't just be coming from Canadian or American companies, but it'll be coming from Chinese companies, and it'll be coming from Indian companies. And I look forward to a lot of the friends that we're making today, as I can see in the comments section, will be helping to steer the development. And I look forward, hopefully in a year's time, if you will allow me to come back and speak, that we'll be able to talk about some of the Indian developers that are making a mark in this market.
Yeah. Well, that was so informative and that was so awesome. so many comments I can see in this section, and people are commenting us about that your talk, how informative it was, and it's definitely going to help so many people in India. And I'll share this as much as possible, and I'll make sure that it reaches to as many as people as possible, because the only motive of the group is increasing the usage of extended reality in India. So how can people use this technology in their own field of work? This is my main benefit, main motive with this group and this with this community. So for today, thanks for joining, Kevin, and I'm really glad that it finally happened. And more stuff is about to come. Kevin might soon join us, but next time I won't call us using a video call service. I'll definitely invite you. We'll have pleasure to invite you in India, and definitely this day will come soon, Kevin. I promise you.
Well, thank you very much for the opportunity to speak to your audience. I wish you all the best, as we would like to say, onwards and upwards. And I hope that the next time we speak, it's in person.
Definitely, Kevin. Well, it's a very great meeting with you. Thank you, Kevin. So this was Kevin Williams with us, sharing his 30 years of experience, and it was amazing. The talk was so informative, and let me tell you, more and more stuff is going to come. I'm going to bring more and more informative people who are going to guide you how to use extended reality in your own field of work. Hopefully, you are now aware of what the F means, what the fun is extended reality. So this is me, Avi Dwivedi, signing off. Alvida.